Good afternoon, good evening everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We are here and we are live and it's a Thursday. We're getting ready for the weekend. We have got tons of stuff to get stuck into as per usual. Fist bumps to everyone on arrival, especially the FC Barcelona season ticket holders, and massive shout out to Josh Tilley who has gifted a bunch of season tickets over the last week or two. So I'm expecting there to be a high attendance for this one. We've got a ton of gallery reviews, strategy content to be getting stuck into today as ever. But before we get stuck into all that, of course, we have got the Champions League this week has been absolutely flying. And I don't know about you guys, but midweek viewing, this version of the Champions League is just epic. Every night there is proper top end games, as well as even the games that are not like the headline act. Still tons of stuff going on, action, goals, twists and turns and everything. So it's been absolutely fire. I can see the chat's flying away. You can see it running away on the screen already. So fist bumps to you all. Smash the like button. And yeah, I think first of all, we'll just kind of kick the door open, get comfy. So if you're watching this after we've been live, fist bump to you as well. Please do smash the like button. And then I'll take a wee pause for the cause. Once I've got you up to speed, I'll take a wee pause for the cause. We'll take a wee breath and we'll come back into it. Because for this, Quinny, it's been so long. It's been so long since we had a black screen faux pas, but there we go. Throwback. By the way, someone clarified this badge that I've got around my logo is because of my placing in the championship, which is beautiful, by the way. So I think this is because I'm in, like top, it now says it when you hover, top 1,000 in September. So I wonder if they'll all be slightly different and if you can actually like retain them post competition or whatever. So interesting little detail there. I've seen some like who is it? It's top. Alex Harry is top right now, which is incredible. So well done to him at this early stage of the competition. But yeah, with midweek, I was just thinking before coming on, isn't this just an absolute picture of goalkeepers on Sorare? We took Oblak away to Anfield, then Luis Jr. away to Tottenham, then Rulli away to Real Madrid. And look at just the order of the scores and just everything that happened between all the games and everything. So goalkeepers, hey, can't trust them for anything. And we've had some decent scores, just none of them have tied up yet. There's still a lot to play for. If we could get some essence, obviously just getting some essence is the name of the game, isn't it? But this team has got 3 players left, so that could be alright with needing 236. We need big scores, no captains there. And we just about scrape it. This one has 193 points left on the bill. And we've got 3 pretty big players in. Again, no captain. And this one has 204 points remaining with 2 players left. So that one's quite dead, isn't it? Team 3. The Championship, sadly none of my strikers have scored. My goalkeeper didn't do anything great. Still got the Geordies to go tonight. The throwaway under 23 team, but looks to be finishing top 40, which will definitely scoop Essence. So that's sweet, isn't it? Rafa Marin surprised DNP, but otherwise the unexpected NYCFC under 23s coming in clutch in one of my teams because they didn't come on clutch in any other bloody team. I woke up to some brilliant notifications from New York and I was like, yes, here we go. And I looked at the teams and I was like, what? What? How have I not got one good team? How has that happened? But there you go. It has somehow. The under 23 team took all the decisives, which is just wild. But there you go. The big team, Talisca didn't do anything for Fenerbahce. We've still got Sol to run, but Efrain Alvarez, João Cancelo really had high hopes for this, but it's all kind of fallen by the wayside, sadly. And the giveaway teams that we had, no, that's fully played. This one still has Dani Olmo to run. It's 58 points off of getting a wee bit of essence, which is all Limited really needs, and we're pulling a giveaway card. So we're all rooting for Dani Olmo against the Geordies tonight to go and get some essence there, hopefully, because there will be a lot of other scores coming into the party then as well. So definitely far from a given. But what we do on this stream as well is we build the teams that are going to win us cards to give away to the channel members. I've got a lot of rares. I've got some limited goalkeepers as well, but I don't play limited. And we're Road to Glory and all the strategy stuff we've got going on. If you missed that video the other day, I highly recommend you check it out. We're at that kind of stage now where we're up to getting our 3rd in-season team out there, and we're now able to enter the market into an in-season goalkeeper. And the consequences that has, of course, you can get your classic Captain Smasher. Wee bit of a spoiler on screen, but I highly recommend if you're at that stage yourself in your kind of seasonal journey where you're just like, where is the next step or that kind of thing, I highly recommend checking that Road to Glory video out that went out a few days ago. Members had it on early access and instant access, sorry, I beg your pardon. And yeah, so any cash, my limiteds win, brilliant, all about that. But in terms of cards and stuff like that, unless it's a Celtic one, we're happy to kind of let it go. We gave away Celtic cards last year and I kind of regretted it later in the season. So if we do win any Celtic limiteds, I'll probably be keeping them until the end of the year and then maybe we'll give them away or something. But yeah, and again, MLS is in the same sort of boat essentially. Now with the limited team, I'm actually on the 2nd streak this week, so I didn't prioritise it, but I built it 2nd in terms of the order of my MLS clubs here. So I built my D1 Streak 2 limited team that I've managed to acquire just through the NYC squad, which we've kind of now tried to demonstrate with the Celtic strategy, with the extra Fenerbahce players coming in now. You can see the level of depth we've now managed to grow that to. And it's for this sort of game, when you are going to be picking all 11 players, especially in an SO5 situation, you want to have as many good quality lineups going as possible. And hey, like the limited structure has always just been the sketchy subs, the guys who don't score well anyway, but are maybe nailed to start. And the only thing I've spent money on is the keeper, So that's actually been a fun little underbelly strategy that I had high hopes for. I think if this little limited streak we're on right now can go to maybe streak 3 or 4, it will certainly crystallise it for me as being a very worthwhile element of your depth building of your strategy. Now, kind of seeing that front and centre with the Celtic stuff here, because again, it's Cup weekend for Celtic. We're taking on Partick Thistle, and this is all my in-season non-Celtic. We do have like a SPFL defender still, but I'm quite hopeful for this. Talisca's given me the fear, I can't lie. Meant to be an attacking midfielder, hasn't really done anything since I've bought him. But Fenerbahce have just appointed Domenico Tedesco, so maybe there's a wee bit of change of manager stuff that's happening at the moment. Theo scored last week, which is fun. But am I on a streak? Yeah, I'm on streak 2. So I am thinking, especially with Talisca being a bit sketchy, I'm like, do I want to play streak 2 with this team? Let me know your thoughts. Let me poll yous on that. Poll. Streaker, or take a skinny dip. Do we go streaking, or do we jump into some cold water on this one? Let me know what you would do. Are we streaking or are we skinny dipping? Oh, good to see you, James J. Yeah, no problem. I'll get to request shortly. Screw the Geordie, says Mike Basson. Does anyone have a good suggestion for a rare Eredivisie card? Can be classic. Guido, you remember? We can do that. We'll have fun with that. I don't really look at Eredivisie, so I don't mind having a wee scratch around. I've got the throwaway contender thing. It didn't hit streak 2 last week because everyone was crap. But we go again. And then champion, I've just about built all my teams. And this is one of the things I wanted to talk. I've put Lukeba in a team. I've put in-season Lukeba. I've put in-season Lukeba in a classic team. Now, I've got 3 D1 classic champ rigs, right? Now, as we went through, and again, if you missed the crafting session we had the other day, it was right up there as one of my favourites that we've done so far. The luck that you guys brought was incredible. And we pulled Lukeba. Now, as you guys know, I'm a sentimental so-and-so. I've won an Openda, which I've kept just for the sheer fact it was a Leipzig win and is a good card. And Lukeba, I think I might have won before, but get rid of just through being high value. And I'm faced with that crossroads again. I really do like the look of this card. I really like Castello Lukeba. I could sell this and just buy his classic and take the skim, or maybe use that money to buy another player, turn 1 into 2, even in an in-season context, if that makes sense. Etc, etc. Now, what I'm not going to definitely, or I'm certainly not looking to do, is build into Leipzig in season, because the price point that they're at for the primary objective of streaking is not practical right now. Will that change later in the season? I'm going to say yes. So I'm open to that, number one. Number two, I might win some more. If Bundesliga, when I'm doing those crafting sessions, and it's like 1 Bundesliga, 1 Prem, 1 La Liga, I'm going to pick 1 Bundesliga now, more often than not in that situation. So I'm happy to hold this Lukeba for a little while. And depending on situations and opportunities that come around with different bits and bobs, maybe I sell it, buy the classic, take the skim. Maybe I do that. Maybe I build into Leipzig a little bit more. Or, maybe something else that we've not even thought of yet. But I'm going to be playing this card this weekend anyway, because I have, again, to go back to the strategy of how we won this guy, I've got 3 Division 1 classic entries. And as you can see with the strength of the teams that are there, how many people will be in this? There's 500 at the moment. How many was in it last week? That's probably an interesting little thing for us to note. Scroll. Back to last weekend. Champ Classic Rare. 1,500 or so. Cool. So to get into the top third is where the prizes begin, am I right? And look at the teams for a start, right? The first team is like majority, all of them didn't play midweek. All in good spots, good fixtures at home, or set piece guys, or big man. There's a lot of good stuff there. The second team is a bit more smasher guys, especially in the front positions, solid defenders, whatever. And the third team is a bit maybe with the exception of Guardiola, but a little bit just guys that I think they're going to do well. The essence of the club. These are guys that, we want to see them flying high. And even the bomb squad isn't too bad, right? But we've got 3 of these teams now. So the opportunity for me to build on the Lukeba with 3 Division 1 teams, could I get one of them into the top 100? Out of 3. We need a lot of stuff to happen. We need some balls to hit the back of the net. We need some tackles to happen on the last man, and a few clean sheets and whatever. But, with 3 teams, like, okay, let's take this and let's just move it another few game weeks along, and we'll see how it goes there. Because we do have another international break not too far down the road, and that could be another time to maybe just see where this champ in season development can go individually. Fist bumps to these lords, a tons of you joining us anyway. But the reason I'm showing you this is because that's all my rares now for champ, and I've got the same for All-Star and everything else. All-Star took me a while to build because I was really I've only got 2 D1 teams here, and the D2s were actually really tough for me to build in my head, like actually prioritise teams and players properly, as well as building the championship lineup, which I think I've done quite well with. We're going with a Juve double striker, Yaimar, player edition Maxi Morales, and limited freeze. And, I fancy that as I throw the dice on this one. But what happens now is we need to build champion limited teams. Now, any essence that this wins, we craft into cards. Those cards we give away to you. If we fly high enough, because we were in D1 last week, we got relegated, I think. No, did we? I forget. Doesn't matter. We've got one D2 and we've got two D3s. And if we pull in the cards, guess what we do with them? We give them away to you guys, you know. So a lot of action going on in here. How many teams will we have this week down to playing goalkeepers? We've got Luis Jr. I know some of these are fearing the emergence of Tenas, and I can sense that as well, perhaps. But we've got certainly one keeper that we can play in Champ, and I've got a lot more that we can play in All-Star Classic for the limited essence to be pulled in the same way. But Champ is a little bit more premioso, isn't it? We want to fly high, we want to make some smash picks, and I've still got some really good outfielder calls. Now, really did really well against Real Madrid, a 76 with no clean sheet, and no decisive for that matter. 53 goalkeeping AA, 10 saves inside the box, only one good high claim, only 2 diving catches. Accurate passes were decent, but didn't really contribute anything massively. Thought there was a chance where he might have had a sweeper keeper, but no. He was a real pantomime villain in this game, and he could do really good. Villarreal are taking on Osasuna, so if Luis Jr. does retain his place after the error led to goal that he had, the OG, the double negative decisive on his part, then he'll be, against Osasuna, that'll be a good goalkeeper pick. So that's actually a bit of a tough one. I'll maybe go backwards to go forwards. But let's say, so I've got a poll starting here. You guys say streak, 67. There's only a few votes, guys. Can you vote a wee bit more? Smash the like button while you're doing that. Would you go streaking with the Fenerbahce, Theo, Sane build? Or would you go for a skinny dip? Would you wait for Celtic to come back next week? Because this is step 2. So if I could hit this, then I've got step 3 for Celtic coming back. That would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? I'll leave that for another minute and I'll come back to the goalkeeper, because I think we could discuss that, you know. We'll have a look. What does the Spanish newspapers reckon in the aftermath of that? Villarreal. Yeah, 80%, and they've got a wee story about it. We're going to get to click on it, or we're freezing? My computer's freaking out here. Protect, yeah, okay. That's fine. So Luis Jr. is probably quite solid. I'll still ask you to vote on the keeper once I'm done with the poll on the streaking and the skinny dipping. Don't think Talisca starts. Yeah, he's giving me the heebie-jeebies. Has Inside got that stuff updated yet? Turkey. He wasn't great, and as soon as he and Szymanski get subbed off, Fenerbahce started scoring goals. I will update it after the... Does it tell us the last time it was updated? 3 days ago? Yeah, so we need to watch out for that. You know, I feel you there. I think we're on the same page there. So defence, right, who do we have? Rafa Marin, we've just seen is in. That's good to see he's back. We've got Jonathan Tab, we've got Robin Linderman, who didn't do too bad today. We've got Robbo, if we think he's going to start again. Jens, Valle. We've got a lot of nice defenders here, don't we? Aaron Barrow could peak. He's on really bad form at the moment, but just come back from international duty. In the last game, there's a guy that if he can get in amongst it, has been better before. So just get a wee feeling about him. Robbo feels like should be in a team. Hard to call that. Gives me the fear. Yeah, it gives me the heebie-jeebies as well. You just never know. Especially when they get subbed off and then the subs score goals. You're just like, oh man, come on. Don't do this to me. Need certainty. I think Robbo's a no bad shout if we know he's going to play. I'll get you guys polled on it in a second, but I think if he is in, with the defender choices we've got, he's kind of an obvious one. I'm not going to waste the poll time on that one. But where the hell are Liverpool? Everton, there we go. Looking for a red icon. Yeah. When was this updated? Since last night? 14 hours ago? Yeah. Quick turnaround. Robertson deserves another start and provides a lot of experience. Yeah. I can see that. I thought that I wasn't surprised he came in for Champions League. I just didn't have the intel to really back that up, and or the confidence really. And yeah, Trippier is funny, so we don't want to lean on him too much. So we've got Rafa Marin, Ta away to Hoffenheim, Amari Traore Hasn't played yet since being back in France, but was good. Was he captain for Rennes when he was over there? Mercedes Jens, Alex Valle, Jose Gaia. I think the defence maybe picks itself. We maybe just go Rafa Marin and Robbo. Haskell, good to see you. I'm not too sure. It says Mosquera's at 40% as well. I thought Mosquera was like in at the moment. Is Saliba back from injury already? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think Rafa Marin's the pick there. Don't think there's any options really to survey you on. Midfield will be different. We've got Fujita. We've got Ferran Torres. Now, you remember the Barcelona thing that happened last week where all of them got involved in the decisives, regardless of when they started or come off the bench. So we do have the Ferran Torres, Dani Olmo, Lewandowski. Is there anyone else involved in that? Maybe Frankie de Jong. Have we played him yet? I must have done. But we've got all those guys that we could just take free slots. Yeah, free slots that we take up. And we could just do that. But we've got Bruno. Away at Bournemouth should be good. But let's see how he does. They're still to play tonight against Barca, funnily enough. Joachim Fujita we've mentioned. Marcus Llorente. Guys, if you ever wonder why I love Marcus Llorente, he is just some player, by the way, man. Quality footballer. And again, 2 goals at Anfield. I heard the commentator saying he's done that before, and it reminded me, yeah, he has. A while ago, I think it was. But big game player, top end, vastly underrated. And he's away to Mallorca. So he could be good. Afternoon, Thomas Runyon. Next week is the last weekend of 2x streaks. Either trying to hit the streak this week, possibly lose out. And then, Contender Clown. That's a nice, interesting little detail there. Now, I think we want to be set up for streak 3 then, if that's the last chance to loon at it. Talisca not starting isn't really an issue, because he should, as long as he features. Because again, like we've seen with those boys that come off the bench midweek, maybe that he could get a bit of that action. We've also got Matoma. Danny Parejo hasn't been scoring too well, but is playing. Zubimendi taking on City. Limer. Brais Mendes on to play as well. So I'll maybe put a wee poll on. Yeah, okay. So you guys all say go for the streak then. Yeah, I think I was going to do that. I'm with you. We're all on the same page. But yeah, midfield is a tough one. Is Brais back in to start? I've got to say as well, when I got that Sociedad shirt, seeing Brais' signature on it made me really happy really quickly. I'm still looking to see if Take's on it somehow, somewhere, but alas, doesn't look like it. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to play here, but I would be very surprised if he didn't play, to be quite honest. We know Solare's going to play. Is there anything on Brais? I'm sure I read something on him earlier. Yeah, he was back in training 2 days ago. Don't think we can really think of him. Pablo Torre playing against Atletico Madrid is probably not worth thinking about. So let's say Matoma is a shout, isn't he? Fujita. Then we've got Bruno. And then Ferran or Olmo. Who will we start the voting on? Ferran more than likely to start as it stands right now. Right, vote away, guys. Who are we putting into midfield? Some of the J League teams have got double game weeks. Yeah. That's quite good. I had the Saka double game weeks. I just played him somewhere nice. I did have him in that championship team to start off with, because I thought that's maybe a wee safe 60. Saka's good for a wee 62 or something, you know. I ended up putting him somewhere else in the end, but after I put the Juve forward pair in there. You think Robbo starts? I think so. I don't think Kirkez, like, he's played, he started like every game up until now, hasn't he, before the Madrid game last night? Yeah, started every game since game week 1. And yeah, the Arsenal game he scored well there, I think, hasn't he? But a lot of the Liverpool reports I'm hearing, it's like, Kirkes hasn't really like caught up to speed with the rest of them. But he's had games. He's had his time in the Sabitzer. Oh, you think Sabitzer should be in the vote? I'll add him into the next one then for whoever gets taken out of this. But with Robbo last night, he just he is like a legend of the club now, isn't he? Like firmly a Liverpool legend. For me, at his peak, best left back in the world. So I don't think it's certain, but I think it's likely. I've still got Frimpong as well, by the way. Do we maybe go Frimpong, Robbo? Do I still have Frimpong? Maybe I should ask you that as well. Yeah, I've still got Frimmers. The vote's flying away, guys. Get voting. Who should go into the giveaway team? Champion Limited Midfield. We're in Division 2. We want to be breaking into, pull some more essence, as well as obviously try and pull some cards, you know. Robbo's been better. Wolfsburg have been poor, in my opinion. And that will be for Sabitzer. Is Sabitzer into play? Let's have a look at the papers. What did they say? Yeah, they've got Sabi in. Prince Sabi. It's a tough midfield, but isn't it, by the way? Bellingham, I don't think's been doing good. Nemeka was very... Nemeka Sabitzer was a big thing against Juventus. Jan Kuto's living the life as well. Kind of need to get a Nemeka in that collection. I need to get an Adeyemi. I need to get a Schlotterbeck. Just cards I really like that I want. Matoma will now get a decisive. Will not get a decisive. Tottenham don't concede now. Tottenham don't concede now? Really? I'm not doubting it. It just surprises me. Game week 1. Yeah, 3-0. 2-0. I'm checking clean sheet scores, of course. Lost 1-0 at Bournemouth, fine. Yeah, fair enough. By the way, wow. Jumping jimmies. Yeah, okay. Matoma. Well, Matoma's leading the vote. We've got Joachim Fujita, we've got Bruno Guimares, we've got Ferran Torres. We should maybe be adding Sabitzer into that as well. Goretzka didn't start midweek, so does that mean Goretzka starts weekend? I think Sabitzer's a bit more interesting, scores and assists and stuff, you know. So there, Holland, good to see you. Ivan Martin back in for Girona. Oh, look at that. They didn't lose. It's an upgrade. Such a different looking team, man, isn't it? Arnau's back. Hey. Yeah, Casper's been bossing it. Well, these are still going with Matoma. Spurs did play midweek, Brighton haven't. Matoma's been punchy. You know, Matoma's been in amongst it. 4 games, 26, 39, 72, 60. Nice little run. Finished the season well, obviously, as you can see as well. Just want to see what these guys have for Borussia Dortmund. It's not been done yet. We're going Matoma. Matoma's in. Right, so let's do that again. With Sabitzer. Bruno. Ferran. Fujita. New polls open? Oh, Kenneth, I don't think so, mate. I don't think there's much of a scenario where we'll start performing well, to be honest with you. It has to happen at some point, I suppose. Not everyone loses every week, but it's a weird one. Nicholas has just put a poll out on Twitter. What's the one Football League full coverage you're missing on Sorare 26? Obviously, everyone's voting Serie A. This might be a tease, by the way. This might be a tease. Get voting in the poll, guys. A lot of votes coming in for Sabitzer very quickly. Surprised there was not much of a vote for Bruno, but fair enough. Do you know a lot about Eredivisie? I would definitely not profess to say I know a lot. Depends on really the context, I guess. But we do have Sorare Holland in the chat, so there's plenty of Eredivisie experts in and around the building. Harry Fletcher, good to see you. You're a Wolves fan? Yeah, it's tough going this year, man. You've just been getting weaker every transfer window, sadly. It's the harsh reality of it. And no manager, nobody's ever really built a defence for you, as well. So it's, when you've lost your good players, you've not really got a defence to fall back on. It just is only going to go one way, sadly. I think if the full Italian league comes, it will... I don't think they'll do champ in season. I think they will just put the in-season Serie A mode on. And the contender Italian situation and all that just changes as well. I don't think you get an in-season champ. I think they just keep it to the 5 siloed leagues, which is a little bit frustrating, not having a champ, but... I'm having lots of trouble building teams this week. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I found it quite tough for myself. Sabitzer looks like he's going to take the vote, so let's just put him in. Right, so let's do the goalkeeper, guys. What do you think we should do? Luis Jr. is a wee bit gambly, but it's clearly the better choice. But he's not, like... He is the better choice, but has really just showed, like, he's just played Real Madrid and done a 75 without a clean sheet. PSG are injured and stuff, so really is not a terrible safe option. But who are we going for in goals? Who are we going for in goals? Get the votes coming in, guys. Quick. Once we build this team, we'll start getting into all the strategy gallery review chat. League Cup kills me this week. Yeah, I hate how Scotland plays cups at weekends. Something you only grow to hate when you play Sorare, but I hate it. Suppose it's the only way we can have the fixture schedule the way we do, where we play through Christmas and stuff. So, kind of take that off with the smooth in that way, don't you? This is a tough vote between the goalkeepers, so please take your phone out your pocket, change the tab on your screen. Let it be known, who would you vote into the community giveaway first team? We will have a second team, it feels like, as a result of whatever goalkeeper doesn't get in. Who would you be going for? The better keeper, who's maybe on a shaky... Maybe not on a shaky nail, because the manager stood up for him, hasn't he? Or really? Nice. Crazy Zebra, congratulations on the win. First of many. GG's, fist bumps, well done, mate. Wow. Really for safety on playing, not safety for score. Luis Jr. maybe safety for score, maybe not. But definitely not as safe to play. Tough conundrum, isn't it? Quite the Sorare philosophical question, you might say. Forever with the goalkeepers, what would you rather? The guy's definitely going to play, or the guy that should play, but you know he might break your heart. Most of these are going with Luis Jr. I think the manager's comments make that a bit easier to do, so that's fine by me. And I just want to do another quick poll on yous for something that's already here. I'm just going to do Rafa Marin versus Frimmers. And let's have a look at the forward options we've got while you guys vote away on that. So it looks like we've got Guiri, we've got Bakwa, who played midweek for Ange. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes into play. We've got Castellanos in the Rome derby. We've got Hugo Duro at home to Athletic Club. Diego Lopez, Alberto Moliero. Yeah, Timo Weah, obviously Champions League hero. Brian Broby, Lewandowski. So I think, and yeah, Griezmann. Is Griezmann not reckoning he's not going to play domestically then if he's played Champions League? No, if Griezmann's there. Griezmann could be wild good, by the way. Right, so yeah, Griezmann. Oh, we've still got one. Moses say Rafa. Fine, that's fine. There's only a few votes in there, but just wanted to get a wee sense. So we've got Grisou. We've got Louis. We've got... Let's see, is Bakwa on to play? Bakwa against Burnley could be fun. Yeah. Look at that front line. Bakwa, Gibbs, White and Doy. Elliot Anderson, Dougie Luiz. Zinchenko. Man. Yeah, Bakwa goes on. And final one. Do we think Weary? Who will do it? Baron Ashea. Actually, I'm going to put in Baron Ashea. He's been started the season off very well. Nailed to play. That's a fun one. What striker are we leading the line with, lads? Ladies and gents. Oh, that's the front three, isn't it? Nailed. Lewandowski off the bench. But still, we can work with that. Burnley been pretty solid at home. Yeah, but I just mean fixture wise, like should be on the ball a lot of dribbles, and then it's just about getting it decisive. Like Burnley are not going to dominate the ball. Yeah, Matt Harrison, no problem at all. Oh, Barkas. You had to say his name, Sorare Holland. The vote is really split. No one's voted Griezmann. Everyone's went between the other three. That's very interesting. Keep the votes coming in. Who would you have for this a striker leading us out here? Matoma, Sabitzer, both at home. Everyone's at home so far, by the way. Bakwa would be away. Lewandowski would be at home. Baron Ashea is away. Bakwa is away, and Griezmann's away. Barkas, Karone, Resinic, Rodriguez, Graves. Sounds alright. Don't know Resinic or Graves, but the other three I know are solid players. I think the Resinic, I've seen him on a show recently. He's maybe been doing well this year, I guess, but Graves is not one that rings a bell for me. 20 fired their coach recently and maybe could turn things around. Nice. Yeah, Fortuna are a bit tired after a midweek against Feyenoord. Could see that happening. Could see that happening. Keep the votes coming, guys. Bakwa is leading the charge now. This could be fun. Dylan Bakwa running the Prem. He will be on the ball a lot, whether like Tottenham, pardon me, Forest, whether they batter Burnley or not. If they win 1 or 2-0 or 2-1 or something, he's very much got a case to have a 70-80 score. Graves is for a Pex wall beast, is he? Fair enough, betting Sorare, thanks for the intel. Okay, I think we'll end it there. Bakwa wins. Love it. And then the final player, I think Ferran has got to be in the mix. Playing for Barca at home to Getafe. Ferran. Bruno G. Still in the building. Llorente. Griezmann. Was Llorente? Yeah. Llorente, Griezmann. Olmo, nah. Angelino. I have to put Llorente in there. I think he's on such good form. It's a decent fixture for a guy like him. He'll be walking on sunshine right now, won't he? And then Zubimendi, Limer, Fujita is another one we've not reused yet. Or Griezmann. Fujita or Griezmann? Probably going to go Griezmann because he's a striker. Resync season says trades. So there you go. That's all you need to hear. Get Kakare against Fiorentina. Yeah, I think we'll just put Griezmann in. Right, final man. Oh. Final man. Who's coming into this? The predicted Forest team is this. We've not seen Newcastle play Barcelona tonight. This game must be Sunday. Thursday, Sunday turnaround. Then they'll have the next midweek off because it's only Europa League and Europa Conference League next midweek. Yeah, Matoma's nailed. A lot of the early vote going for Bruno Guimaraes. Interesting. I can see Big Bruno in this team. This is a really good team, by the way. Really good team. Maybe the Matoma versus Tottenham thing that's kind of spooked me a wee bit. I can't lie. But everyone else is pretty much at home. Yeah. Ferran's at home to Getafe. Bruno away to Bournemouth. You know there's going to be like triple potential there for Bruno. And it's just if he can get himself on a decisive, he'll really rip. But I think he's good for like a safe 65 in a game like that. And Ferran, I just think Ferran gets that decisive, and then after that, it's just, you know, see how many he gets. Llorente could do quite well also. Griezmann's been alright, but needs to get back to it. Nice. Well done, Liam. 3 cards off the full Sunderland collection at Rare is boss. Nice play. Brobe, Traore and Gertruida, the new signings are all you need. That's brilliant, mate. Well done. Ooh, Eddie Howe has never beaten Bournemouth. Graham with the intel. Wonder if that will spook the votes. Come on, a few of you need to vote in this, and we need a few more likes. Javi Guerra, Goretzka, lots of other guys as well. The second team will be quite good to pick as well. $44 card collection, man, Jesus. Sunderland don't hold back, do they? Got myself a nice new wee Sorare hoodie in the post as well yesterday with the Sociedad kit. I thought I'd wear that today. A wee bit of clobber. It's quite cool, by the way. Very, if you ever win one of these, very good nick. Very good quality jumper. I love a hoodie. And I thoroughly recommend this one. I think we're going Bruno G. Keep the votes coming. Keep the votes coming. I don't want to put the final nail in the coffin just yet. I'm curious, how did Matoma do against Tottenham before? He got an assist against them on match day or game week 82. Tottenham. Got an assist against them the time before that. Played against them once here and got a 49, no decisive. 49 is still pretty good going. DNP'd there. Liverpool. $17 there. That's ages ago though, right enough. But still, 4 games, 2 good, 2 bad. But they've got better as time's went on. And he's missed 2 as well. Came 4th in UCL quiz on Discord last night. Oh, gutted. Top 3 only get prizes. It's a kick in the balls. But yeah, he's got recent form for it. Yeah, most of the majority of the vote's going to give it. Bruno G. And then captain, I'm probably looking at Bakwa. I think he's the most likely to get to like 10, 15 all around. And they can bring the decisive in. It's a fun team. And then the second team that's in D3, the goalkeeper picks itself. It's going to be Geronimo Rulli. In defence, we have... I might need that Rafa Marins. I think Mingueza's a bit sketchy. But we've got Ta, Traore, Lenormand, Alex Valle, Jens, Frimmers. Right, okay, so let's see the defence. Frimmers. Ta. Angelino, Rome Derby, like Angelino could still do good. He's a better option than Valle, if we're being honest. Jens against Dortmund that could work out well for Jens personally. No other real. Aguerd is dodgy, isn't he? Yeah. And Botman was the other one. I think Botman's dodgy too, isn't he? Yeah. Lenormand, I think, was probably the next option. Yeah. Lenormand. Right, who's the defence? We've also got Arnau, by the way. Arnau's a sneaky one. I'll maybe put him on the next poll for defence to replace whoever wins this one. But home to Levante isn't bad for Girona. And Arnau is like a captain in the squad and everything. Also, I'm a big fan and biased because I've got the signed shirt and stuff. Be interested to see who's on sets for Forest now. It's got to be, I don't know, I'd say Elliot Anderson's still going to be controlling a lot of them. Personally. The thing with Frimmers is he's just tap-in capable, you know. You've seen it. Wirtz and Frimpong should have linked up last night. I don't know if you've seen the chance, but just weren't quite there together. And yeah, you can get a wee cheeky 79 out of Frimmers once in a while. A lot of the vote is for... Oh, no, I was going to say a lot of the votes for Frimmers, but it's actually equally split 4 ways, 25 ways. 25% each. We've got Manu Sanchez away to Girona. That could be alright. I think Angelino's like the best prospect of a defender here. I know it's a tough game away to Lazio. But you kind of know what you're getting out of Angelino. And he is like a big game player as well. Wonder if can we see any other Rome derbies here? Lazio, Lazio just got a grey shield, so that's going to be annoying. Yeah, it's not easy to look at. Yeah, so I think Angelino's probably the best caliber guy we've got here. Taz maybe kind of like somewhat the safest. Bayern centre back away, so should have his hands full. Like this Hamburg game, I know they were at home, maybe a bit different, but that kind of situation, 56 to 66, you're kind of hoping for. Lenormand is kind of the same, but not quite as there because it's a Fletty. Yeah, so nice combo of profiles we've got. Keep the votes coming in, guys. It's so tight. I can't end it until we know who the winner is. Like, we know 3 guys are tied at the moment. A few votes have happened. To get voting in the live chat, who should be the defence for the giveaway team? The vote is so evenly balanced. There's nothing in it. Absolutely nothing in it, guys. Top 2 get stars. Could we do that good? D3? I think we maybe could, by the way. If we get the defence right. We've got an odd number of votes and we still have it split 3 ways. Angelino's actually the least favoured out the vote so far, which I find surprising. Everyone else is neck and neck on it. I'll give a wee gander in at the midfield while you guys further deliberate that. So we've still got Ferran, Fujita, Llorente, Kakari not as confident to play now. Olmo, Rodrigo Riquelme, Brais Mendes, and such. It's so tight. But it looks like the vote is going. We'll go for Tat and Lenormand. Just take the centre backs. It's maybe not quite as black and white as that. I'll give the vote another minute. We need a few more votes in there to clean that up. But yeah, some interesting choices in midfield. What about striker? Just a wee gander ahead. We've got Grisou still, Baranachea. Yeah, we've still got some quality options here. Guiri, obviously, we're not really mentioning, but it's not a great game, is it? Lewandowski. Still could do the whole Barca thing. I think we might do that in this one, eh? I'll see how the options go, but Lewandowski, Ferran, and Olmo. That could be good. Guys, this vote is all over the place, man. Keep the votes coming, but there's no. This is one of the toughest ones we've ever had. Lenormand is now in the front. Keep the votes coming. We're in the final furlongs of it. I think we're going to be giving it to Robin Lenormand. Frimmers are now Angelino, Ta. That was so tight. I don't want to just assume anything on defence. So now that Lenormand is in, who gets it? Arnau at home to Levante is why we've included him. Yeah, sure, Ferran, go for it. I'll do my best. Oh, Arnau's quite strong in the voting already. Oh no, it's not that many votes. It's still topsy-turvy. Joan Garcia, Eric, Fermin, Ivan Romero, and Blanco or Catenia. Who's Ivan Romero playing against again? Is he Espanol or Ivan Romero? Isaac Romero's a Seville guy. Who's Ivan Romero again? And Osasuna are playing. Who are Osasuna playing again? We fancied Osasuna against somebody. Villarreal maybe? Oh yeah, Catania could be good. Because Villarreal just played midweek obviously. And I fancy some of their players, right, to do well still, like Pepe and whatever, but Pepe's not even into play. Jesus, I'll need to shuffle a bit. Molero looks like he'll play though. But in any case, yeah, that'll be a good defensive shout for Osasuna. Whereas Antonio Blanco with Alaves at home with Sevilla, that could be pretty good for him as well. Just don't know how well he's been scoring. My gut instinct is to go with Catania there. Oh, damn it. Hang on, Captain Eric there. Captain Eric. If he's playing against Getafe, he'll get 1,000 passes. And he's so jammy with decisives. He goes up for corners and stuff like that. Yeah, Captain Eric. Let's see how that poll's doing. Ta. Right, okay. Ta clearly wins. Cool. Now, the midfield, again, some similar characters from the last team. But we're looking at Ferran, Fujita, Llorente, and we've got Parejo, Limer, Zubimendi, Limer's probably got the best L5 there, doesn't he? We've got Tan the team as well. Yeah, let's put Limer in. Yeah, Goretzka too, by the way. Can maybe Bayern up a bit here. Ta, Limer, Goretzka. It's Rickett coming from a Bayern fan, not a big fan of Ta. Yeah. I don't think he's that great either, to be honest with you. Just a big centre back, isn't he? We're just hoping for a 56 to 66 out of a guy like this. Should score a lot more headers than he does for such a big, huge guy. But yeah, I think we'll have Limer into the vote. And then with whoever wins this one, we'll replace him with Danny Olmo. Because I think even Olmo from the benches we've seen last week against Valencia, still handy. Oh, somebody's playing about with the votes here. I was about to go and give it to Ferran there, but it's just went tied with Ferran and Llorente. Nobody's after Fujita away to Stuttgart, which is fair enough. Aye, aye, aye. Come on, guys. A couple more votes. A couple more. I quite like the thought of playing Molero in a team now against Osasuna. That's a good opponent for him. Yeah, 3-man defence for Tam makes a lot of sense too. Graham, make you quite right there. Llorente is now in the lead. I think we'll give that to him. I think we can go Llorente and Ferran. I think we can probably just say that's the word of the people from that vote. And then we'll get to the striker. So we've still got Lewandowski, Griezmann, Barrenechea, Molero, Tati Castellanos. I will include because he's a penalty taker. So we've got Tati. We've got Barrenechea. And I'm going to put Griezmann because he's expected to start, kind of, as it is now. And I'm going to put Molero. Yeah. I think that's a good four to pick from. This should be an interesting one. Who's going to lead the line? The striker in the Rome derby. Griezmann away to Mallorca. Barrenechea away to Betis in good form. Molero at home to Osasuna, covering some rotations and whatnot. Not particularly in good form, but a little wonder kid. Cutting his teeth, as it were. Started the last 2 games in La Liga, so he's got a wee bit of form there. Teams are working up to it and such. Keep the votes coming, then we can move on. We can move on from this and get stuck into the main order of business for this. I think Barrenechea is like the safest one, isn't he? But Griezmann's the surprise, like, could just pop off. Tati's maybe in that category a little bit as well. And Molero is the kind of the wishful thinker in us all, I think, isn't it? Benjamin, all is good, mate. Thank you very much. Hope all is good with you as well, my man. Yeah, we'll end the poll there. It looks like it's all pulling towards Barrenechea, which is cool. And in the final spot, we have got... Maybe I'll just pick this one. I'll just pick the last spot. Limer, it's kind of half fun. Yeah, maybe go Limer. Away to Hoffenheim. That's the kind of game that should suit somebody like him. Yeah, let's do that. Just shuffling them about a wee bit, just so that it looks cooler as a team. I had to. And then captain, I'm looking at Llorente or Barrenechea. Both away. Or maybe just go Ferran. Yeah, well, let's just go Captain Ferran for vibes. We know he's going to do something. Nice. So they're the 2 champ giveaway teams that we've got locked and loaded. The All-Star ones, we'll kind of rattle through them as the stream progresses, but we've got some requests and some strategy chat to get stuck into with the channel members, the season ticket holders that are joining us live here on YouTube and on Twitch. So thanks to everyone that's tuning in. Let me roll all the way back to the beginning. Mason Miller was in first of all, asking for something. Let's just grab a tab. Mason Miller, are you still here, Mason? I'll see if there's any more comments, but any further insight on what it is we're looking at? Ian is after something as well, so let's look at Ian. Boyson, Limited, Eredivisie and Jupiler. Yeah, Mason, I've caught the... Oh, you're maybe not here, but maybe you're at work, you can't talk. And then Guido, Good suggestion. Somebody else has maybe helped you with this, but I have a wee knockabout of this as well for a wee bit of fun. So what we're looking at, €40 classic rare Eredivisie. Manager sales, rare, all. Eredivisie. Eredivisie. And then you're saying you've got $40. Awesome. And then we had James J. Good to see you back in the building, my man. And after James, is that kind of it? On 5 streak limited, trying to balance J-League scores. Quinny in chat, Wolves. I think that may be it. Oh, Matt Harrison. Yeah, and then Matt Harrison. James J, I've got you. And Padagul, I see you coming into the chat now. But let me put Matt Harrison in. And I might need to take a wee break for a wee second, everyone, just to go and get a wee bit of fresh air. This jumper is very nice. It's also very warm. I actually don't need it on, so I might take the jumper off. And Padagul, maybe give me your opinion for Prem and Bundes. I'm going for 4th streak. More money, of course. Padagul, we'll add you on. Awesome. Now we've got our little list built. Yeah, I might take a wee pause for the cause for a moment, everyone. So just bear with me a second. We're back, and like I say, I've got my Sorare t-shirt on underneath the jumper, so good fun today. Look, man, on TV. I didn't change the thing this time to have the wee music page. It seems to be a lot of you guys go away when that comes on. Somebody sent me an offer, which is probably a lot of nonsense. No, why would I do this? Reject. Right, cool. So first up, we have Mason Miller. Now you're at work, so I'm gonna have to try and 503 limiteds. Let's try and work out what we're peaking at here in season only. Okay, and then let's do leagues. Oh, Jupil. Excuse me, hiccups have came for me. Eredivisie, cool. So, oh yeah, we do have both of them. Okay, so let's start with Jupiler. There are always some classics in here, no doubt, with the amount of limiteds you have, I'm sure. We crafted Koosmans and Lyson. Oh no, Lyson was a spot, sorry. Piano as well. It's a funny name. Piano, 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 piano. I am the music man, I come from far away. How does the rest of that song go again? Piano, 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 piano. Double Christmas, but yeah, this is cool. Goalkeepers are sorted. I am the music man, I come from far away. And then the defence, Lucas Hay, Bozanov, nice. Love guys with names like that. Yeah, defence looks decent. Good volume, good quality. Shavers, Lansana, Caritas hasn't really been doing it, but Cadre. Yeah, I think the midfield's fine. Obviously, you've got classics, I think, so I don't think that's going to be a huge handicap on you. We'll check the classics in a sec. Up front, yeah, there's some goals, but not that many, is there? So let's flip it to classic. Do we have a lot of firepower up front? Yeah, we've got Forbes, Tresoldi, Stoikers. Let's look at mid. Don't really worry too much about defence. Vanaken, Bobby Scoofs. Yeah, I think this maybe needs like... No, it doesn't really... I don't know. I think you're quite okay here. Aren't you? Like... It's maybe a bit tight on the combos and getting down to team 4 with a lot of certainty. We have certainly got enough good guys that are worth playing. Midfield is kind of thin, isn't it? But especially for 4 teams, we've got good quality. I do think you're lacking like a real goal scorer in season there. But who really is there in that division? I suppose it's not mega money. So you've probably got it kind of as good as the batch. Maybe midfield you could bridge a bit more of a gap though. Because like what's team 1? Like Zorgan and El Uadi. Team 2, Haspalat, Shrivers. Team 3, Lansana Caristas. Cadre for team 4. You get classics and yeah, I don't know. It's alright. Yeah, it's not too. I would be very surprised if you were struggling with this strategy. It's just if you think it's what to do with it next. That's maybe the things I think when I see it. But I think that's quite well built. So I'd be surprised if it's struggling. We've bought all of our keepers for better or for worse. So we've got like 4 of them here, don't we? If a wee here and Veen handcuff. Now I think that's the good thing about Eredivisie is that you can have all of your defenders look like this. But one guy that's a bit apart, I think, would help you with your top lineup, your top streaking situations. The midfield is like a toned down version of what you've got in Belgium. Like there's good guys here, they're all quite good floors, aren't they? A few of them can rip a bit higher, obviously. But yeah, it just feels a bit too thin. And I know you'll have some classics that will help that, obviously. We'll check that out in a second. And strikers, yeah, Jizz, Mito, Rodriguez. Good guys. And let's check the classics for a second. Just striker and midfielder. Saibari, Briam, another Rodriguez. They're all quite okay, aren't they? And then if we look at midfield, sorry. Yeah, no real classic support. Veerman, fine. But yeah, okay. I say I'd be surprised if I was really struggling, but I think our defence is like there's a lot of heavy, like 16 defenders. Like you're probably going to be fine for defence quite a lot, but getting these combos right can be quite the. You get Death Classic, that probably helps too, doesn't it? But yeah, I'd be surprised if this was struggling. And then let's look at no, there's no champion season challenger. We've got a Mitov, we've got a backup Kelly, we've got a Butland, Trubin, well done on the craft, Stekyao, Bayer, Baniac. Oh, Baniac's on fire. That's the Striate card's quite cool, isn't it? Like, they've got a good picture of him. The goalie top is quite fun. Nice core, nice bunch of guys. Who are we looking at? Butland, Mitov, Trubin, +1. Yeah, I think you're cool there. More than cool there. Defence, oh yeah, top row is brilliant. Well, for the most part. And then the underbelly is pretty solid as well. Yeah, like defence is really hard to argue with this. Jonas Handel on lockdown there. I'd love to see that. I might do that if he's cheap enough. And then let's see midfield. Oh, who the hell is this guy? Amani. Oh, the Sangari replacement. He's cool. I might look into him. Really good floor scores, buddy. One to watch out for, I think, everyone. Nice pickup, Mason. So you get him, you get Raskin when he plays, Hitate if he ever turns up, same as Alazar. Need these guys to turn up, don't you? Devlin's reliable as anyone, really, isn't he? Yeah, I think by virtue of some of the individuals you've got in midfield, this is probably a bit of a pain in the ass for you to pick. Unless David Watson's playing against Celtic. How do your classic mids look? Kjargaard, Cockchew, Gabri Vega. Yeah, you've got some good classic mids here, you'll be fine. As long as we've got, or not as long as, it's not like a do or die situation, but you know what I mean? Like if we've got good firepower up front, you're going to be well looked after. I'm sure you're doing very well with this as well. Yeah, in-season signs, Shanklin, Kaiseridis, Nelson Oliveira. Who did he used to play for? Crafts of Braga. You've done very well with the crafts, haven't you, mate? Yeah, I think this is all good. I think for the in-season stuff, mate, it's just Eredivisie and Belgium is maybe on the thin side with the important positions, I'll call it. And we've got a wee bit of contender in season. There was the forwards, the mids. This is a lot of Bundesliga 2, like top team Division 2 stuff. Yeah, that looks pretty decent as well, to be honest with you, Mason. Yeah, so I think like as an overall thing, I think the thing with Challenger is that um, some guys have just been mad letdowns, like Hitate. Obviously, Raskin's been difficult for you. Hopefully that, oh, not hopefully. I don't think hopefully. I'm sure you think hopefully. That changes, that turns around. So yeah, I think that strategy is all well and good in itself. You just need to be quite proactive. That Amani you picked up is the exact sort of thing that you need to be doing in divisions like this, is noticing the guys that are about to pop off and become super valuable and get them in before they're too expensive, you know. So I think you're doing really well with that. It's just Eredivisie and Jupiler. It's probably been quite pricey early season, and it's now maybe a case of checking the market for an injury discount or just for a little bit of, you know, premium coming off some guys because it's not new toy syndrome anymore. Jose back to Benfica now, confirmed. I love that. I've got about $30 XD9. Do you think it's better idea to upgrade the classic strategy or try and make a Bundesliga in-season lineup using Kane as a classic? With 30 quid, I'm just going to side note on this quickly. So let's imagine we get Kane classic. We need the in-season keeper. Our budget is 30 quid, so I think we can really spend no more than really 20 quid on the keeper. So who could we look at? Zetterer, Zentner, Van Damen, Rono. You do love a bit of Rono XD, he's cheap enough. Camille Grabara, is he injured? No. Wow, that's brilliant. I know Wolfsburg stink right now, somebody said, but he's a great keeper. 8 quid. In season. Polish. Goalie. So there are safe options you could do there. Let's just say that. Defense. Anyone? Yeah, Baku's good, but 11 quid takes up a lot of the budget, doesn't it? Kuto 18. Ben Sabaini 17. Dennis Vavro sadly not balling anymore. But if he was, that would have been a fun one. Elvedi at 8 quid. Matsima. Yeah, defence is actually quite tough to get on a budget in Bundesliga, it looks like, doesn't it? Tapsoba for 11, I don't mind. Sugawara could be fun. Joki Milet, 4 quid. Would pair with a goalkeeper, potentially. And yeah, Sasha Bowie, too expensive, sadly. I'll look at one more page of defenders and we'll go to midfield. So I don't think you're buying a striker if you've got Kane. Go double defence or double mid. Jens for a quid. Real punt, but very cheap. And then let's check midfield. It's an interesting proposition. Make your classic stuff a bit stronger to win more stuff. Or go streaking with Kane classic captain. And then a merry batch of men in and behind. Fujita 6 quid. Mazza 4 quid. Max Arnold 16. Lovra Meyer under a tenner. Fabio Vieira could be sneaky, but we don't know if he'll be good in Germany yet, do we? I don't think it's a given. I don't know, mate. I would find that a really tough decision because I think you aren't looking at being able to build a squad that will get you running. Jesper Lindstrom for 3 quid is a very good take. Like, he's very good in the Bundesliga, and when he gets up and running, he'll be fine. Don't think the scores will go back that far, but It's a tough one, XDI. Yeah, Mason Miller, but I think, yeah, we've went over this really, haven't we? Just a bit more market opportunity potential now for Eredivisie or Belgium. I'd probably say go for the one that you've been the closest with, you've had the more success with to this point. Ian, my man, what were you after? We were talking about streaks, weren't we? Kind of a lineup question. Do you think the 4% cap is hugely important going forward? A streak on the second streak this weekend and want a shot at 50 quid next week. Excellent. And what region are we looking at? Ian, I know this might be stupid and maybe the gallery will... Billings in Denmark, isn't it? So it's probably Challenger. Yeah. So let's see. Is it important? So who's our keepers? We've got Shamal. Sorry, Mitov is playing Dundee United. Shamal is playing Dundee. Leitner. Austria Vienna. Heidel. Klagenfurt, is that? Grazer. Yeah, so you're probably going Heidel. In defence, Ferry's been doing alright. Aberdeen's on the tougher end of the scale. Harry Milne's been doing alright. We're probably looking at the likes of this guy who, you know, if he plays against a big team, can do alright. Batahov, this guy looks homeless. He's been solid. Dragovic is the one that caught my eye because we've seen that Austria were playing a decent team. Declan John, who are they playing again? Dundee, that could be a good game for him, I guess. But yeah, you're probably looking at Batov or Dragovic. In midfield, then Amani and McGrath are who my eyes are drawn to. So the multi-club bonus, I don't think you need to try hard for. Because that's 2 players now from Rapid Vienna. The defender is probably Austria Vienna. A Hibs midfielder. And we're going classic for striker. If you don't have an in-season one you want to rely upon. Which, you know, none of these are super obvious picks. And I don't think... Yeah, classic Shankland. Boom. There you go. And they're taking on Falkirk. Yeah, all day. Yeah. I don't think... so the... Was it the cap bonus that would be for? The 4%. So let's see. Shankland is 55. So I wouldn't let it change me off of the team, right? Unless it's one of these 49.57. 49.57. Yeah, so the defender, I would choose between 2 defenders to save the cap. I'd go with Dragovic on 54. I don't... Do you gain much from going to Will Ferry? Were they away to Aberdeen? No, they're at home. He's got very good 8-8 at home. Ferry. I think I would, if the cap, if it's on this situation, I would go with Ferry on 51. And what's the goalkeeper we're looking at? Heidel's 49. That's magic. So what does that bring our cap to? We have to stay under 260 or 270, I forget. 49 plus 55 plus 49 plus 57 plus 51. Oh, that's 261. I don't think there's a compromise to be made at goalkeeper. I don't think I'm compromising the midfield. We can't really compromise the defence anymore unless we went to Jensen or Esselink. Esslink's alright, isn't he? But Ferry takes some set pieces. Jensen's alright as well, but isn't airtight. And Dundee United's a tough game. I'd rather the Ferry because he takes the set pieces and stuff. Oh, that is tough, Ian. I've got you at 261. Let me catch up with the chat. Sorry, I've been at the back of the queue there. I play in season Prem. Which league should I try to and move into next? That's a great question, Rob. Next league from Prem. Depends on. Like, so I'm thinking, right, what are really the options here? The options are other champ leagues, La Liga, Liga, and Bundesliga, and then the answer to which one is kind of what one do you watch more, or what one is priced more appropriate for you. And then outside of that, you're looking at challenger, contender, etc. And because it's like you're a Premier, like any Premier League cards you get relegated, and I don't think Sunderland are going to get relegated, so there's no backhanded thing there, Rob. Okay, but any players you do get relegated fall into contender now. So if you had contender as like a subtext or a sub strategy, the longer time goes on, it will be fine for you. You'll be able to keep using all your stuff to the same, like if you did, I know the thing we did on the channel recently was based on Classic Championship. I think there may be a little bit of in-season Championship going around, but something like that would be interesting. Can I just look at the market real quickly? I've not got a spare tab. Here's one here. But yeah, let's do market. Manager sales. The best team is miles over the cap with Yilmaz and the Trabzonspor guys. But is it worth it? For the Trabzonspor guys and Yilmaz, Ian, thanks for helping with the qualification. We're taking on Gaziantep, I think that is. Turkey. So Trabzonspor low scoring. Gaziantep have won 3 out of the last 5. Head to head, it's quite firmly in Trabzonspor. Trabzonspor at home, don't concede, basically. And head to head with Trabzonspor at home, they've smashed them most of the time. Gaziantep away, not too formidable. Is this fixture worth doubling down on? It probably is. Yeah, it probably is. So who did they beat? Kocaelispor, who are second bottom. They beat Kasimpasa in 12th. They beat Gençlerbirliği. That's my best try, sorry. Who are bottom. They lost to Konyaspor and they lost to Galatasaray. Yeah, that probably is worth it, mate. Sorry, I'm probably just too far away from the mic if you think the level's low, or I'm maybe just quietly talking. Nice XD, good luck with that. Is it worth to trade my Gyökeres for Wirtz? In-season Gyökeres? No, I don't think so. Oh, of course, no Scotland this weekend. I'm picking fucking Shankland and McGrath for you, Ian. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I think that fixture is good enough to double into. Screw the cap bonus. Boyson, what were we after? It was Limited, Eredivisie, and Jupiler, wasn't it? Yeah, Mason, you were first, I think. I wasn't too sure where to angle it, Mason, but basically we kind of the main thing was like your Eredivisie and your Belgium all looks quite fine, but it's maybe at the point now where you could reinforce if there's some market dips, because it looks like you've bought a lot of budget guys, and now some premium players are a bit cheaper, so is there a guy in midfield or up front for those kind of divisions you could go after, was the kind of thing. Yeah, I would go with that, Ian. Play the best five, screw the cap bonus. They're at home as well, Trabzonspor, aren't they? So yeah, it's worth doubling into the fixture, I would say. I did think about La Liga, but you come up against two smashers. Yeah, well, it's not really too much of a problem, to be honest with you, in that way. Unless you've got a full team stack, then yeah, you're writing off. Depends on if they've played Barca or Real already. Maybe you could find somebody that's already played them twice, or already played both of them. Then yeah, you're writing off those matches fine, but was Belgium and Challenger. Yeah, Challenger's ticket debut. I think you're in a good spot, but with Challenger overall, and the rapid Vienna midfielder you've got, quite impressed by that find. And I think that's the way you kind of need to be in Challengers. You need to be kind of flexible to some guys. Yeah, fair enough, Mason. Fair enough. See, I did say I'd be very surprised. It was the first one. You can go back and listen to it properly, but I did say I'd be surprised if you were not doing well-ish, enough. So let's see, in season. And we're looking at the Eredivisie. Now, I don't think we had goalkeepers last time, did we? Yep, so we need the classic keepers. I know we did this recently. I knew there was, but you've had those keepers a while. So if we're using the classic keeper, yeah, I've definitely looked at this recently. Some new guys have come in the last couple of days and stuff. That's fun. But yeah, it's bargain basement pickups, aren't we? And the last, yes, we've brought in Smith, Mito, Ogawa, some forward power. Cool, so it feels like there could actually be a bit of a team going now, because yeah, before we didn't have any strikers really, and we didn't have any goalkeepers. So that's, yeah, it feels like we've kind of built the rounded off some edges kind of thing, haven't we? So that's good. Kept it right within budget also as well. Chanpos Doggin, 99p, love to see that. And in defence, yeah, we've had some additions as well over the last week. I don't think any of them will make any mad difference, but maybe we're waiting for them to come back from fitness or something. But yeah, that's good. And then with Belgium, yeah, no in-season keeper. So outfield, pardon me, classic. We've got double Delange. I think that's it. So it needs to be all in-season outfield. Kids have got a play date happening. If you can hear that crap, I'm sorry. So we've got double Delange. Yeah, I think we've got about a defence here, don't we? Midfield. Heyman's when he's back. That'll be a good pickup that you've just got there. Delorge, Nieper, Maziz. Yeah, we've got a midfield just about for two keepers. Yeah, Vasquez. Gustav Nielsen should play when he's fit. Yeah, you've got just about. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, it's fine. It's just the same. Since last time, you've added some nice numbers and head count into all these things, and it just looks like now they can play. Whereas before it didn't really look like they were going to come to anything. They were just kind of trade options. Like, you're just buying them because they were like £1 and 60p and stuff. And now I think you've got the ability to go and roll them out and play them. Is there anything that is too limited in season? Let's go Belgium. let's put the price down. I know you're a real budget guy, but even if we can lift the budget to like £4, maybe a fiver. Yeah, look, I know O's not doing great right now, but you expect that to change. Is there wee guys just a bit more quality that can come in now to lead your best team? You know, like this guy goes into team 1, that kind of vibe. And it could be any positions. You've got all the kind of, you know, positions ticked in that regard, but it's just who's the best. You know, Yari Versharin lives to fight another day, doesn't he? Let's look at Eredivisie. That's the kind of thing I'd be looking at. Just like a fiver, just lift the ante a little bit. And can we get like a leader for the first team in? Yeah. No one really jumps out. Is an obvious take here. Yeah, that's cool. Mic level low. Yeah, I've got all this stuff. But yeah, I think they're ready to go now as teams. I think they did good work over the last week. I think, yeah, the only thing I would try and... Holtby. Could you get Lewis Holtby into your team for £3? Somebody that's got a bit... Obviously, the team he's on isn't great, but he individually has the potential to pop. Borges Sanchez? How did he end up at Heracles? It's an interesting one. Alisson Player. Don't know when he's back from fitness, but that's a good injury buy. Tengsted. Yeah, it's the sort of thing I would just go for now. Just try and get a captain and a leader, a good guy to lift the budget batch of men into battle. I think the Belgian one is probably the best one out the two. Really, actually, the Belgian one maybe isn't in need of that as much as the Dutch one. The Dutch one's definitely got more numbers. It feels like the Belgian one's a little bit better. Like Delorge, Nieper and Heymans, when they're playing, like they'll be really good for you. Yeah, I think Eredivisie is the one. If you're to buy one guy that's a wee bit above your usual spend, I think Belgium would feel the benefit of it more, but I'd say Eredivisie needs it more. If that can make sense, I don't know. Right, what was this? This was the Eredivisie Rare Classic or in season for £40. And this came from one of our season ticket holders, one of our members, very early on. So I hope you're still here. And feel free to let yourself be known. Guido, wasn't it? Guido van der Riem? Yeah. So let's see if we find anything somewhat interesting. Under £40's a decent price range, it looks like, especially when you add classics into the equation. Leo Sawyer, still playing every game. AA is growing. International, is that senior? When this guy starts to pop, it'll be good. Dest, £30 classic. Feels a bit ridiculous. Ueda is a wee bagsman now. Ueda is just a wee goal machine in Holland. Loving life over there. Let's see who else we've got. I think these really jump out as super good value classic pieces. I'll have a look at it from the in-season filter as well, in case that can offer some sort of edge in some way. Maybe a wee sneaky one that slipped under the radar. Claverboer, wee rookie goalkeeper, that's fun. Wang in the bum. De Keizer. Fabian De Keizer. Renta. Smashing it. Quinton Timber, 12 quid. Not bad either. Timber's just a boss, isn't he? Big Quinton. I think Des is the obvious like smash pickup there, isn't he? But I think there's some like Raul Moro and who was the other guy we just looked at, Leo Sawyer. I think there's some sneaky ones like you could just put on the back shelf for a while. But I don't think that's really of interest. So you're really thinking about the smash pieces, aren't you? Yeah, Des looks good from that perspective. Let's go to end season and see what shows up. Philip Britton. This guy's definitely going to move to Rangers. Mark my words, this guy is going to play for Rangers. Philip Britton. I know it's probably not how you say it. It's how you're meant to say it. That's how I see it. And as soon as one of those scouts with blue tinted glasses sees that, you know they're buying him. You just know it. Mies de Wit. Doesn't look too bad there. Big Mayumba. David Klassen's not bad at that price. That's not a bad price for David Klassen. For like the solid like top 3 team midfielder that is going to get like 8 goals and 8 assists in all competitions or whatever. I don't think that's bad. Ian agrees. Ian knows they're signing Britain, aren't they? Bressy, welcome to the chat, mate. Love the message. Love to hear the strategy. Well done to you. Welcome to the party and good hustle. Bressy, well, good to see you. A guy in Holland that's scoring goals and making assists. It's called Britain. Like, come on. Ooh, 30 to 35. Right, well, this is a members only stream, Bressy. We'll see how we do with time. I did promise Mrs. Quinn I was cooking dinner tonight. And I've still got a Celtic stream to do. So if you want to become a channel member, Bressy, no problem at all, my man. It's £1 a week, £4 a month. The link is in the chat. Things down below. We got a Telegram group. I give away all my limiteds to you guys. We do these shows for the members once a week. And there's a bunch of other stuff. So that's the only way I can guarantee it. I'll see how we get on. But that's the only way I could guarantee it. Mon frère. Mein Bruder. My brother. And yeah, I don't think I know Eredivisie much better than page 3 or 4 being able to spot. Like, again, I don't really know the teams well enough to who's going to be coming back in, change the managers, that kind of thing. I'm just trying to see generally good players that look cheaper in the market. I know there's been some good chat in the chat from some of the Eredivisie experts that we had, so you've maybe been further down the road with this little pursuit already, but I certainly wanted to have a wee go at it, just have a wee scan at, you know, what do you get for your money over here now? Because we're at that stage, guys, where, like I mentioned with the Road to Glory video, in-season goalkeepers are way more affordable than what they used to be. And a lot of prices have changed for a lot of cards. Shauna DeWye. Did they ever try and sign Leon Britton? Not that I can remember, but Mason Miller, if he's still, Mason's probably listening to the beginning of the show right now, but he'll maybe be able to tell us. And there's a few Rangers fans in the chat. One of them will be able to help us out, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think so. James J123, my man. It's been a while. And where are you? James J. Oh, kids, man. There we go. Hey, man, been working away for a while. Working abroad. Could you look at my gallery? Contender in-season rare. Well, I hope it's going well for you, mate. Good to hear things are going... Or good to hear you're busy, at least, anyway. Hope things are going well. In season rare contender. Let's do it. Right, so let's see. Goalkeepers. We've got 3. Let's flip to classic. The extra 1. So we've got 4. Cool. In goals. Pardon me, defence, I beg your pardon. Cuesta, lovely pickup. Oberdorf, Roar, Rappy. Don't know the Ando guy. Oh no, actually I do know the Ando guy. He was alright a while ago, wasn't he? Yeah, he's alright. Defence is Finn. But you do have in-season goalkeepers. So do we have any classic smashers? No, we don't. That's fine. So we've got 4 teams, 5 defenders. Yeah, it's just a bit thin. Midfield, we've got 3 in-seasons. Very good standing, by the way. I'm going to assume we're going to find some classics. Yep, 1, 2, and 3. So the 3 in-season keepers each have a Vaco, a Lucas Fernandez, and a João Carlos Teixeira, who's now going to be on his way out. This means I don't think we've got much room for. I don't think we've got any room for classic forwards then. So we've got Ito, Erison, Cecilia, Elias. Yeah, so I think that's the first thing I'd say with this is when the Asian guys go off, you're going to be without firepower. Because, yeah, we've got 3 classic mids, 1 classic keeper. So they're finely balanced. So this needs in-season forwards that are not... so yeah, we need in-season forwards for this, I think, James. I really like the quality. I really like the fact that you've went Bundesliga 2 and J-League. There's also a wee bit of K-League and a few other bits and pieces smattered around there, Brazil and Turkey and whatnot. Or where's Cuesta, actually? Vasco? Brazil, yeah. But yeah, firepower is the thing that we need in this team. So in-season rare contender, and then yeah, let's untick J, untick K, position striker. I'm going to untick Argentina as well, just to try and keep it European based. And then we've got a really low budget on this, so we'll take that filter off. Now, I can't speak to what budget you've got at your disposal. But you're going to need to try and build European strikers over the next 2 months. And then there'll be other positions that this applies to as well, I'm sure. If we look at the goalkeeper situation again. Yeah. We've got 2 J-League keepers here, and I think that classic keeper we had was K-League. So the goalkeepers is in the same spot. I only had 1 J-League defender, I think, didn't we? In midfield, I can't remember how that was split. Just Savio, yeah. Well, I think forwards is the most pertinent one because that's quite Corridor at 42. Not on a good L5 right now, but we all know what Kellyan Corridor can do. Corridor looks at an alright spot. Anti-Rebic, I expect him to be very good, by the way. I don't know what his problem is, if he's just injured or something. But he should be too good for the Croatian league. At 20 quid, it's maybe still a bit punchy. But that's a gamble that could be very good if it worked. Yeah, I wonder if there's any other leagues in here that have Championship. Ooh, Igeli. Has he played yet? Off the bench 1 game. Sego. Fraser Hornby, our pal from last year. He's been alright this season as well, hasn't he? Adam Ida for 13 quid. Long. Lidberg is probably the better option. Bernhardsson, 36. Cheaper than Corridor. He's probably a good shout. The Tottenham Yang. So yeah, I think cheers, Boyson. I think this is the next move for you. I like the Gelly. I think he'll do really well at Ipswich. Like I've mentioned once or twice, I know the Ipswich physio, and I said to him when he was linked to it, when it looked like Gelly was going to go, I bumped into him and I was like, oh, this guy you're buying is meant to be really good, by the way. And he's like, oh really? And then I hadn't seen him in a week, and he said obviously he's met him, he's the physio and stuff, and he's like, he's a big boy, like he's a big guy, and he was really impressed, the physio lad anyway, with the size of Delap. Liam Delap said he was an absolute mountain. So I've got a good bit of faith if Gelly comes good. He's kind of priced like he's already good though, and at Ipswich that's not really the case yet. So at 46 there might still be uplift there, because you look at Balo being 88, Atik being 98. There's reason to say he could jump up a wee bit. Manager just signed a new 3-year contract. I think he does. I think teams now realise getting relegated, the best thing to do is keep your manager. So I think he does. I think they're admitting we're fucked. You know, if they've just renewed his contract for 3 years, I think they're admitting we're screwed, and let's just try and keep the ship somewhat steady as possible through all this choppy waters. And then we come on to Matt Harrison. Matt, my man. I think yours was just a kind of shout, wasn't it? Struggling for team selections this week. Can you give some advice on what sort of teams to pick this week? What are we talking about? We've got 89 rares. Are you still here, Matt? I can only really do this one if you're still here. I think. Unless it's idiot proof. If it's idiot proof, then I am an idiot. It will be fine. No win seasons. Yeah, so is it just general SO5 tactics against then if we've just got classics and stuff? How idiot proof is this? So we've got like a champ contingent, a couple of teams probably. 3-4 keepers. Yeah, I don't really understand the question, Matt. Can you help me out if you're still here? While you're doing that, we had Padagul. Padagul's been a while. Give me your opinion for Prem and Bundes. I'm going for my 4th streak. Ooh, yeah, let's have a peek at this. Streak 4. Prem and Bundes. Well, Vicario you fancy, don't you? Allison you'll fancy. No, not Allison. Oh no. Who's playing? Oh, Forest, isn't it? I don't know, I thought it was Liverpool. It was playing Burnley. Leno. Oh yeah, Leno. You traded him an hour ago, I agree. Good move. I think Leno for this game week is a great shout. Jokey Anderson, great yeah man, you're buying this streak already, aren't you? So yeah, I really like that. You could go with Van de Ven, Lacroix, some really good double defence options. Guardiola, bit risky, isn't it? Midfield, who are we looking at? You're probably going Soboslai. Really tough games everywhere this weekend. Let's look at the classic options for a moment. Works. Yeah, I don't think that's anything to really chase, is it? Oh, I suppose it's Soboslai anyway. It's Liverpool. And then up front. See, I don't mean Caicedo for midfield this week's against Man United. I think he could be peak Caicedo. Salah in the derby feels inevitable. João Pedro against Man United feels like a tap-in. I think you can go double forward quite comfortably. You've got the defence sorted. So yeah, see if you went double forward, Salah and João Pedro. You go classic mid. And take your Wirtz. Or is there someone worth hunting in? Or Rodri. Or, yeah. Fulham defence, classic mid, double striker. Kevin starting, I don't know. I don't know. Nah, not for this team. That was for Shakhtar, wasn't it? So who has the best fixture in the Prem this weekend? We like Fulham playing Brentford. I think that's really good for the defence. Best mid. Elliot Anderson, Morgan Gibbs-White. Away to Burnley, could be very good. West Ham Palace. Sunderland Villa. Yeah, I think Forest midfield is probably the best shout. Morgan Gibbs-White or Anderson, I would take one of them. If you had to get somebody in. Very streak friendly, but double striker especially. You need those big scores to come. I think he will. And it's a good shout for this week. Ah, okay. Sorry. Maybe for team 2. Could be a great one. Midfielder. Yeah, it's a good shout. And then let's have a peek at Bundes. You fancy Burnley to beat Forest, Ricky? Now, Burnley, I've been the first person to defend Burnley coming into this season. I don't think they're as bad as everyone's making them out to be. I thought their business was good. I think Scott Parker is the right halfway house between Dyche and company. And they've been so unlucky with Liverpool last week, and there's been another result or two that they've been rather unfortunate with. And yeah, maybe Forest under Ange, it could be a moment where they win. I think Forest have just got too good a squad. Bundesliga we're at now, so let's have a peek at the keepers. We're on classic as well, so I guess you've got infinite options here for, let's see, classic keepers. We've got a Galassi, we've got a Kobel, a Neuer, a Flecken, 2 Kobels, is that? Yeah. 2 Galassis? Yeah. 3 Galassis? Yeah. Classic keepers for days, fine. In season, Neuer, Galassi, Zentner. So we've got 3 in season keepers and we can use 1 classic. In defence, Mittelstadt is at home at St. Pauli. I think that could be really good for Mittelstadt. Upamecano away to, I think Lukeba a lot. At home to Cologne, feels like a good one. I really like Sasha Boy this game week as well. Against Hoffenheim, that could be a big game for him. He's a really attack-minded player. And he is like a spike merchant. So I like Boy, I like Lukeba. Grimaldo's maybe getting his groove back a bit now that Ten Hag is gone. Mittelstadt's not bad either. But yeah, I think Lukeba or Boy are kind of the picks here. Maybe Boy's in team 2 or something like that. But I think there's real fixture potential there. Kimmich Amiri is a lovely double mid play. Amiri didn't play this midweek, FYI. That's the next midweek coming. And for Mainz, Amiri started the season very well. At home to Augsburg or away? I can't remember. Away to Augsburg, I think he'll do quite well. But even if he just went single Kimmich, because I think some of those defenders, there's a few defenders that were interesting. And then we've got Kane Olise. Oh yeah, you're going to be fine, man. Midfield is light on numbers, isn't it? But I suppose you probably have a lot of classics to fill in. Yeah. I think Bundesliga is a lot easier for you to put the team together. I think Premier League, you're having to be a bit cuter. And I think you kind of need to be. I think you'll do well. I don't think there's much to suggest beyond that. And Matt Harrison, are you here? Yeah, Matt, I'm sorry. I'd love to help you, but I don't really know what direction we're talking about with lineups. It looks like classic decision making, like All-Star Champion Arena and stuff. But without having you to directly kind of flesh that out with, it's hard to just talk on it. Apologies. Magic. Well, Burnley attack v Forest. I think they'll have to. They're at home. I don't think they'll set out to dominate the ball and that kind of thing. But the way they've been losing points, they'll look at this as a game we need to win. And everyone knows to win games you score goals, you know. So I think Burnley will be coming into it with that mindset of this is a game we win this today, guys. No fucking about. We're at home. The football gods always won. We just need to put in the effort, put in the ethic, and if it's for us, we'll get it. So I think Burnley will be very determined in the game. Will they be attacking? I'm not sure, but I think they'll be very determined. Right, guys, and before I love yous and leave yous, I'm maybe going to click into the All-Star giveaway team that we're going to do for this weekend. See how good it is, and maybe I'll just throw the rest of them together later on. All-Star Limited. Yeah, so we've got 3 D2s and a D3. Sean John's coming out, or Hoo-Ha. Barazas as well. Fry, I think I'm probably going to take Fry as keeper 1. Away to Austin. Tolu, Hamari, Mika Marmol. I think I'd probably put Angelino in here just because he's Angelino. Excuse me. Mika Marmol pairs with him quite nicely. Bosan Lawal, by the way, last week, guys, did 100. Bosan Lawal. I think the next team I build, I'll make an all-Celtic team kind of thing. But let's put Arnow in here, or Frimmers. I think we go with Arnow. Just a little bit safer. Joachima Fujita into midfield. We've got a Forsberg still. Obed. Yeah, I think Forsberg's going to be the mid that comes in here. And then up front, Ueda. Let's put Griezmann. I really wanted to put Griezmann into a squad. And then after that, I'm probably... who's the best guy we've not used yet? Choupo-Moting, just to put him with the Forsberg maybe. Double game week Andrade. Ueda. Maybe big Goretzka, just put him in there. Well, this is quite tough actually. Let's go back to the top. Who were the easier kind of shouts? Subimendi. I think I might just put Guiri into this. And who to be captain? Forsberg, I suppose. I'm going to pick the next one. I'll make it all Celtic kind of bad batch types, you know, just for a bit of fun, because there's a lot of ex-Celtic players playing this weekend without Celtic actually being in action himself for SO5. There's no Celtic backup keepers here, is there? No. Oh, Segrist, he's not going to play, but... so we're looking at Sean John or Baraza. Is Sean John definitely going to play? Because he's let me down. Was it concussion protocol he missed last week for? Let's look at it. Toronto. Where the hell are they? TFC. Toronto. I'm losing my marbles. Where the hell are they? Oh, there, they're there. 60%. Osorio was back in training. I'll lean Sean John back in net. So that's not a definite. So I think if Baraza's nailed, we go Baraza. And then we're looking at Celtic, guys. So Starfelt doesn't appear to be looking like he's going to be coming back into the team, despite coming off the bench last week. Is that right? 50-50. Okay, so we've got Starfelt, we've got Bernabe, we've got Bosan. So yeah, Alex Valle, Bosan Lawal. That's what we want to put in here. Alex Valle, Bosan Lawal. And then in midfield, we've got Ideguchi. We've got Mikey Johnson, Matt O'Reilly. Don't know if he starts against PSG. Rocco Vata, Tomoki Iwata. Yeah, I think we're taking Ideguchi because he's just playing, isn't he? And Mikey Johnson. And then up front, we've got O. And Abada. And Kyogo. Kyogo taking on Swansea. He's been absolutely stinking the place out, Kyogo, hasn't he, man? Jesus. Abada, nah. Oh, he's not been doing much better right enough, but at least he's putting himself about, I guess. I'm just gonna pick Kyogo in this one, and then the final one. Who's the best former Celt we've got playing a wee game here? So maybe we're gonna be another defender, not Starfelt, Bernabe, or O. Do we think O'Reilly's going to play for Marseille? That would be fun to have O'Reilly in a team. Marseille updated 4 hours ago. Yeah, fair enough. No O'Reilly projected. Moritz Jens, Lager BLK. Maybe we just put Iwata in. Ben Doak doesn't really count, but does it? Kwon. Yeah, this is kind of tough, isn't it? I think I'm going to go Bernabe, but what I'll do is I'll put like Lawal up front, kinda, just to make it look funny. Lawal. Boom. And we'll captain Big Bosun, because why not? Let's go for it. Awesome. Josh, I've had that a few times. Sometimes the system just runs slow. It's normally around when they're updating stuff and whatever. But yeah. Don't forget to like, share, slag my hair, if you can check the state of it today. But yeah, thanks everyone who's tuned in today. It's been a good fun one. I'll be live later tonight looking at Celtic preview for this weekend. None of you will probably care because there's no, it's in the cup. But yeah, I'll be back for that. Tomorrow we'll be back for the deadline show with me and Harry Trades. There'll be tons of content coming out over the next couple of days as well. We dropped the sub, or we went live the other day and we looked at subs, DNP solution, all that kind of thing. So if you missed that, be sure to check it out. Road to Glory went out a few days ago as well, and we're looking at the in-season keeper pricing and any opportunities that could be there. Again, if you missed it, feel free to check it out. And yeah, like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Thanks for all the support, and I'll catch you tomorrow or later on. Take care. Bye-bye.